Prakash is a professor of political science at the University of Washington, and he joins us now live from Seattle. Mr. Prakash, thank you so much for your time. As we can see from those figures I've just mentioned, the US and India have drastically increased their trade agreement in recent years, but is there a lot more room to move on that?
Well, the answer is yes, because this relationship is serving the interests of both countries. And for the last, say, 1.5 decades, there have been serious efforts on both sides to ratchet up the relationship, notwithstanding various hiccups. But I think the broad structural conditions favor that both countries will find more and more common grounds to collaborate, not only in economics, but also in the political sphere.
This is likely to be President Modi's last visit with Barack Obama being president. Why is he choosing to make this trip to the US now when there's going to be a new person at the helm by January next year?
I don't think we should think about this as a last desperate move by Prime Minister Modi. There are obviously, the whole issue of Paris Agreement, that if India signs on, then it will get ratified, the 55-55 rule will get implemented. And in the event there is a president, the next president of the US is not favorably inclined towards global warming mitigation, then the US is locked in for a 4-year period. So this is an obvious answer. But one must recall that Prime Minister Modi has visited US several times and has been received very warmly. So I see it more as a continuation of a trend to accelerate the budding friendship between the United States and America, which, it is important, is a bipartisan project in the United States. Both Republicans and Democrats favor closer ties with India. Similarly, in India, there is virtually no serious debate about having a closer relationship with the US.
You talk about a trend growing there, whether that is with a Democratic or Republican government. So if we look further into the future, China is currently the US's biggest trading partner. There's clear tensions there, which have been mounted most recently by issues with the South China Sea. Does the relationship with India look to threaten the relationship that the US shares with China even further? Can we see them becoming in the future one of the US's biggest trading partners?
I don't think India will be able to displace China as the trading partner. India would, of course, rise in salience, but China is an economic giant, and I think everybody recognizes that. But the issue is of a different dimension. This is very much akin to the Nixon-Kissinger China card, where they kind of had the Soviet Union surrounded on two sides. What the United States is doing is trying to rebalance the Asian security environment to make sure that China has competition, political and military competition on various spheres. So whether it's in relation to Japan, it's in relation to Vietnam, it's in relation to India. So it's trying to kind of surround China. Similarly, China is playing the same game by propping up Pakistan and by having a very strong presence around the Indian Ocean area. So China in turn is playing the strategic game. So I think this has to be interpreted in the broader context of geopolitics. The important learning from this continuing relationship is that in politics there are no permanent friends, there are only permanent interests. And the interests of both countries at this point in time is to forge ahead in their economic cooperation and to have a stronger military and security cooperation that serves the interests of both countries.
Aseem Prakash joining us from Seattle. Thank you so much for your insight.